Greetings once again, pirates on the high seas. Duuz-Diz-Din back again with One Piece. Previously, the Seraphim continued to rampage across the lava phase. The S-Hawk Seraphim going after one of the weaker opponents, with Zoro and Kaku trying to track it down. Lucci and Luffy still taking on the S-Bear Seraphim. Sanji battling the S-Shark Seraphim. Atlas, Chopper, and Robin descending to the basement where they would experiment on Devil Fruit, as Atlas realizes that might be the only other place Vegapunk could be. Usopp and Lilith turn to stone by S-Snake, with her smashing Pythagoras to dust, and Frankie half frozen and left helpless. Shaka gunned down by the true mastermind behind all of this, none other than York. See, the manifestation of Vegapunk's greed got a little too greedy, deciding there should only be one Vegapunk in the world. And with the apparent promise of becoming a celestial dragon, York's ultimate greedy nature might just be satiated with such a position. But is York truly working alone? Or is there more to it than just that? And with the knowledge that the satellites can apparently change their appearance, are we sure this is York? Or is there even more mysteries to be found on Egghead? With 100 battleships making their way to Egghead, along with Admiral Kizaru and the Gorosei St. J. Garcia, a climactic incident is about to happen. What will be the catalyst for that incident? Join me as I find out, won't you? Alright. Oh, I guess we're not really going towards that, because this is chapter 1079, The Emperor's Crew and the Red-Haired Pirate. Oh boy. So we're going to pick up with Kid, who was heading towards Elbath, Shanks' territory, to pick a fight. We're back to the reader request, so I guess the Derma stuff is done. Reader request, Luffy watering a lion by mistake instead of a sunflower, by Himawari from Tokyo. Alright, and we got Prometheus up in the sky. Alright, back to these cute little requests for a little while. I wonder what the next story will be. Alright, we pick up hours earlier with York commanding the Seraphim, saying, the problem is, the world government isn't just erasing the Stella. They decided to erase me too. Well, I've got a plan of my own then. First, I want you all to go around and get rid of all the obstacles for me. Now that the frontier dome is closed, go ahead and kill everyone, except for me, the Stella, and the people underground. And all of the Seraphim say, understood. She tells them, now, when you start causing a ruckus, they're gonna be looking for the culprit, wondering who gave you orders. And I don't want them to figure out it's me, because I'm not strong enough to beat the other. They'll say, okay, confirmation that York is not super powerful. So S-Snake, I want you to pretend to beat me while they're watching. S-Snake puts a thumbs up saying, okay. York then says, and then undo your power when they're not. S-Snake says, okay. York then says, also, I'm going to warn you about the place in the lab you're not supposed to destroy. Alright, let the hunt begin. Wow, those are some specific orders. And we pick up with S-Snake making her way through the laboratory, using her Dom shoes for speed. And you hear massive explosions and destruction coming from the lab, as Sentomaru looks on from down below, and the Pacifista are ready at the shore. You hear the people scurrying onto a nearby ship saying, hurry, onto the ship, evacuate Egghead, get to safety. And in the distance, what do we see? Not marine warships, but Blackbeard's ship, the Saber of Zebek. God dang. Don't tell me he took down Law then. Shoot. Now we pick up in Warland Elbath in the New World, with someone shouting at the Kid Pirates saying, listen up, Kid Pirates. Don't even think of sailing up to our Captain Red-Haired Shank. We have a rather rotund-looking person called Captain of the Puddle Pirates, Frogtoes Ribbitine, who says, as though he owed you an audience, Ribbit. Someone says, he flubbed his line. We then have Social Club Bandolier, Furgar the Adventurer. Okay, so he's not a pirate. And the old man with a big old bushy beard says, you said it, Sonny. And then his dentures pop out. And he goes, and someone says, your dentures pops. And then we have Princess of the Bourgeois pirate, Pururu the Brave. And it's like, brr, like, you're cold? Huh. And she says, almost like in a Betty Boop voice, that's right, you boots, I hate you. And I guess her crew says, you're so brave, princess. Oh my god. And it's a lot more than just that. A whole fleet of ships come out to meet Kid and his crew. And Kid calls out, "Are they serious? Is that really part of Redhair's operation? This is the New World, right?" But Killer says, "Still, there are some famous names among them. Don't get sloppy." And Kid says, "I wasn't gonna go easy on them, even if they are nobodies." But Shanks on the shore calls out to a ship saying, "Hey, move those ships out of the way." And the person calls back, "What do you mean, Captain? We won't let them lay a finger on you." And Shanks says, "I know, I appreciate that, but move all the ship." And some of the pirates on shore say, "Are you leaving already, Captain? Just when we finally saw you?" And Shanks says, "It was only supposed to be a pit stop. Instead, I stuck around long enough for a big shot to show up. Get off and let me walk and move those ships." As some of the pirates are hugging onto him. There is a very diverse group of pirates around here. Oh, he actually called Kid a big shot. Dang. And as he gets onto his ship, he says, "Remember, my affiliates are famous for being weak." Damn. And all the captains just laugh, saying, "Tell us how you really feel, Captain. It's why we're still alive, because your flag protects us." And Shanks calls back, "Worry less about dying from combat and more from old age, you old crone." Wait, old age crone Oli. Okay, so one of the women are Crone Oli. And the old lady calls back, "Stuff that sassy mouth of yours, Captain." Wow, they're like real friends to be just taking jabs at each other like that. Shanks boards his ship. You have Lucky Roo putting down a crate saying, "Don't worry, Captain, we'll handle it." Shanks says, "Come on, he's worth $3 billion. Don't underestimate how fast these young guns can grow." "Are they healed up from the fight in Wano already?" Yassop, having taken a peek with his spyglass, says, "He seems healthy to me. He's raring to fight." Shanks says, "Well, that's good. You get any intel on Blackbeard?" I guess it's Yassop who says, "Nope, just that he's left Pirate Island." Shanks says, "I was sure he'd show up in Wano." And Hongo says, "Here's Captain Kidd's data," as he throws a bundle of papers to Shanks. Oh, data. He even gives information on the pirates he fights? Jeez. Man, Shanks really is the opposite of Luffy. He does his homework and everything. Shanks flips through the pages saying, "From the South Blue. Looks like he's been in plenty of scrap." Kid readies himself saying, "How many ships?" Killer says 9, and I see a few faces from bounty posters. Whoa, he's going for that already? Kid says, "I don't care who they are. I'll wipe them out in 10 seconds flat," as he assembles his railgun, saying, "With my damned punk." The pirates from the other ship say, "Whoa, what is that? A cannon? Is it pulling the ships in?" Shanks, I guess using his observation hockey, sees that something big is about to come their way, as he shouts no and goes leaping towards the front of the ship. Lime Juice says, "What is it, Captain?" Shanks says, "Scatter the fleet. Dory, Brogy, assume positions." And they both say, "You got it." Yeah, and Shanks sees Kid just mowing down the ships easily with his damn punk. Shanks says the damage is too extreme. As Beckman says, "I think he's seen an ugly future." Yeah, Shanks just sees a lot of death. Just a lot of death from engaging in combat with Kid. Like, all the ships just sunk. All lives just lost. Shanks says, "I knew it," and he just goes leaping towards Kid's ship. Like, how far away was he? So before Kid can even fully charge up his damn punk, Kid sees him coming, says, "Huh? Red hair? Ooh." And using the same move that Gold Roger used, and emanating hockey that puts a lot of Kid's crew to sleep, he uses Divine Departure, cutting sheer through Kid's damn punk, striking at him. Jeez, what the fuck? So Kid is knocked back. The few crew members who survived the burst of hockey say, "Captain," as others are blown back. Kid is on the floor. Shanks sheaths his sword, walking up to Kid. He's still emanating hockey. Killer is also down. The Kid pirates go up saying, "We got Killer too when he stepped in to protect him." When did he step in? Jeez. They're over Kid saying the captain's not moving. He's dying. He says, "We surrender, Red Hair. Spare our lives." As Wire says, "Don't kill our captain. These are our road poneglyphs, all of them." The red-haired ship pulls up, and I think that's Rockstar saying, "This way, Captain." Shanks leaps from the ship, and from the shore you see Dory and Brogy preparing their attack. As the kid pirate says, huh? Hey, look at the island. Dory says, yeah. Hey, tiny humans, if you want to point your guns at our home, just remember. And Brogy says, what goes around comes around. Yeah, ba. And they use Hikoku's sovereignty in the same attack they used on that giant fish, and it utterly destroys the Victoria Punk, cleaving it right down the center. An announcement. At Elbath in the New World, the 3 billion bounty pirate Eustace Captain Kidd and his kid pirate destroyed. Gee. Kid. Oh, man. I'm honestly very sad about this, because on the one hand, I wanted to see Kidd actually really do something. But on the other hand, this makes a lot of sense. Kid immediately went for the big gun. He was going to slaughter so many people right out the gate. And Shanks wasn't having that. Like, it's very much a situation like with, let's face it. Kaido beat the shit out of Luffy instantly when they first met. Luffy couldn't even hold a candle to Big Mom when they clashed. The only reason Luffy even beat Kaido was honestly because he had so many second chances. I mean, even with Kid's encounter with Kaido, it makes a lot of sense. And it felt like, honestly, Shanks would have maybe spared them had he not seen how ruthless Kid would be. That so many people would have lost their lives. It's just like, nope, not leaving that to chance. He probably read up on how brutal they had been in the past and was just like, nah, I'm ending this right here and now. I don't want to believe that they're completely done though. Like, that would honestly just be a waste of characters. Like, you build up Kid for so long and he just goes down like this? Nah, I don't believe it. But I really do believe that Law also lost to Blackbeard. It probably got his poneglyph stolen. But I think it's probably a situation where both of them just barely managed to survive. But man, didn't even give him the chance to retreat. But let's face it too, had Big Mom had her faculties about her, she would have done the same to the Straw Hats, and Kaido would have done the same too. That's why you didn't roll up on both of them without backup. Like, Kid had no allies in this fight. He had no luck in this fight. The luckiest thing that'll happen to him is if he lived. If they all wash up on the shore of Elbath to lick their wounds. I think that's about as far as that'll end up going. It is a shame. It really is a shame. Because I keep wanting more from Kid, and Oda just does not want to deliver it. But it really does go to show that Kid is the antithesis of Luffy, especially in terms of whereas Luffy, when he loses, he has allies and people who come to his aid and help him out of a bad situation. Luffy's lost plenty of time, but the way he gets back is usually because he has so much willpower and there are people who will come to his aid for one reason or another. With Kid, not so much. Not so much. And honestly, I don't know what he was thinking. I figured they'd get stomped, but man, this was such a thorough thrashing. That's just such a shame. Such a shame. It was cool seeing Shanks basically live up to the hype, but damn. As someone who actually likes Kid, c'est la vie. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Did you think it would be this easy? Do you think ultimately Shanks might have actually went a little bit easier on them had he not seen that Kid was going to just start dropping bodies? Do you think this is a fitting end for Kid, or do you think he'll be back? I think he'll be back. I can't see this being the end of Kid. Because even Shanks was taking this guy seriously from the start. He came in being like, no, we're not taking this guy lightly. At the very least, I appreciate that. At the very least, Kid got Shanks to panic for a second. If only for the lives of his other crewmates and the other captains. Oh, again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Remember to subscribe and check out the links down below. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.